presentation. Hello, Elisa. How are you doing?
Hello, how are you doing, Carla? It's great.
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I'm so excited about today's um, live because so many things that we need to tell you, especially Elisa. And I can't wait for you guys to see all that she had prepared for us today. Literally, it's gonna blow your mind.
Thank
It
you.
is gonna
Hopefully.
blow your mind, guys. Yeah, so Elisa, please.
Sure, sure. So we have quite a number of slides, and for our friends from Instagram, I would be walking you through these slides, so you don't really need to have it right now there. But if you would like to have another analysis, please know that all these programs are saved automatically and on our YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We are as well, but we don't have the slides on Instagram. On the other on the other platforms, we do have all these slides that you can access and our information and telephone numbers if you need to contact us. And if you think that somebody may benefit from this information, please feel free to share it. Just share the link from YouTube, and that's it. And they will know what to do. What we're going to be talking about today is the condo market. The condo market, and there are two times we have seen when you enter the condo market, right? As a first-time home buyer or as an investor. So this is going to be a very interesting information for these two segments. And why is this done? Well, the condos doesn't cost that much as a detached home. So many first-time home buyers decide to enter the market like that and wait for the condo to appreciate and then purchase other kind of property. And for investors, the condo apartment, because there are some investors that also purchase different kind of properties. But personally, I like very much an investment in condo apartments, especially in flats, in buildings, because they have their own property management, so they don't really need your direct involvement all the time once you have tenants, right? It's almost self-managed, and if you are traveling, it's not like a detached home that you need to go there and take care of it and make sure that you don't need to cut any dead tree that may hinder the safety of anyone involved. So condo flats are pretty nice, and for investors like me, are pretty lazy, that I would like just have it done and go further to invest more. And I'm going to tell you one thing: if you stay tuned tonight, you will notice and you will start liking this information, and probably you decide to make your first condo investment. And I have seen, Carla, people who start investing in condos, first year one,
Oh,
second year one, and then three, four, because as a matter of fact, you will see how nice it is to manage and to invest in condos. And depending in the area you purchase them, you will see a considerable appreciation that you can then take a refinance or a HELOC and keep growing your portfolio, and then you can talk, that you don't have 2 3 doors, because investors talk about doors, not properties. So then you can have maybe 5 10 15 50 doors, right? Under your bed. So that
wow.
would be great. So
That's crazy.
now,
Yeah, and
yeah.
we have one of our followers that says that is Techie Valderrama,
Oh, I know
flat
her.
condo,
Oh,
good investment as a first-time home buyer.
see, yes, you're right, and I'm so glad that you joined us. I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you for joining. Now, what we have here in the first slide, it's not specifically to condos, but I wanted to start here so you can have to compare what's going on in this niche and in the entire city of Toronto. So if we take a full review of the entire 2023 of real estate behavior in the city of Toronto versus, no, the first slide, please. I'm trying to
Sorry,
read it.
sorry.
So if we take the review of the full year 2023 in real estate as a market snapshot, and we compare it to the entire year 2022 in all property types, we can see the average selling price dropped 2.55% in an average of 1,084,000.
That's
Note that this is
crazy.
all kind of properties. So if we consider what the media have been portraying, how bad the market is behaving in the GTA or in Toronto, please know that, well, at least I consider 2.55% in drop generic is not as bad. And we're gonna touch
It's
in
not
the
bad at
future.
all.
We're gonna
It grows
expand.
like this to 2.55%.
And we are going to expand this in our further slides, and you will understand exactly how come this behavior. Can you go back to the first slide, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that my
No,
apologies.
you know
I
what
keep
I mean? That's fine. I just would like to add here, that since the average selling price dropped to 2.55%, and the number of sales dropped 12.39%. So that is a considerable number, but it doesn't surprise us because a drop in 12.39% drop in sales on 2023 versus 2023. Well, we know what happened last on 2023, right? The increments on interest rates, the hikes from the Bank of Canada, right, stopped many buyers for entering the market and many sellers to put their home on the market and try to purchase something else. So we didn't have enough inventory either. So basically, I just wanted to explain that number. And now, yes, hit the next one. Go ahead.
now is the slide two.
So now we're going to review what happened on December 2023 versus December 22 in this very specific niche in downtown Toronto. Most properties there are condo buildings. We do have detached home or semi-detached home or townhomes. So this is also talking about all this mix of properties, but note, majority of them are buildings, and the average selling price in this area dropped 5.55%, a little bit over
Wow.
5%, averaging only $731,000 per property in downtown Toronto.
That is the number. Wow.
So that is a really interesting number. So, the things that you have been listening, everything is above a million. No, not everything is above a million in Toronto. In fact, if you would like to purchase either as a first-time home buyer or as an investor in downtown Toronto, um, you know, um, if you rent to someone, a youngster who's living there and is working in the financial district, they don't need a car. They can do everything on foot, and you don't need to buy a condo that is included with a parking space, and that can average your purchasing price on $500,000, right? $500,000,
Wow.
depending in exactly which streets you are buying, because you are not including the parking lot, because they are very expensive to purchase as well and attach it to the condo. So yes, let us know, and we can run the numbers, and it's actually affordable. What we have here as well is that the numbers of sales in 2023 versus 2022 remain approximately the same. We only had a decrease of 2.18% in the
Wow.
number of sales in condo flats in downtown Toronto. So again, and that was our really bad year 2023, right? So now we're starting 2024, and we have a different kind of interest rates from the Bank of Canada. We are not expecting any more hikes, any more craziness. So people are going to start getting ready to jump into the market, and you see you are still can purchase on a really nice price. And we're going to review that also in the future slides. Next one, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much, Carla,
I
for
love
doing
this
this
one.
for me.
I love this
I
one
know.
already.
I love you too. Sure, sure. So what I would like to mention here, right? Uh, in all Canada, More than 1 in 4 Canadians plan to purchase an investment property in the next 5 years. 1 in 4 Canadians
Wow.
are planning to do this. That means there is liquidity that we have here. It's just you need to first get informed. You need to get informed what you're going to be doing in real estate so you can jump in fully informed and with confidence. And that's why Carla and I were here to for you to give you this kind of information so you can decide what to do next. What I love about this slide, I'm going to jump right away again in the middle number. 32% of Canadian real estate investors own two or more properties. Not one,
Wow.
two or more properties. This is a huge
That's a very
number.
big number.
Exactly. So it is something that you can do as well. Jump into the market, get information. We're going to provide you all the financial information you need, all the location, the going to tell you in which niches the number is growing more, which regions the number doesn't grow that much. So you can forecast exactly what kind of appreciation you are looking between 3 5 years to purchase. So 32% of Canadian real estate investors own two or more properties. This is really interesting number for me to learn as well.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Because some people are always asking, like, how is this possible? How is this possible? It is possible, guys. We just need to make sure that we plan for it. And
Exactly.
I want to encourage everybody that is watching us. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know, because we really want to make sure that when you leave, you have all your questions answered. And also, I want to encourage you that if you have a specific um, situation that you want to run by us, please don't hesitate to book an appointment with us. I want to make sure that you guys have your first home or your first investment home, whatever it is, or like if you have already a condo and you're looking to move into a bigger home or something like that, we can help you. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. Book an appointment is 100% free. So please book the appointment.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just the last
continue.
yes, the last thing I would like to mention here for those who are still sitting on the fence. Also, the year wasn't very kind to other kind, no, other people have different kind of investments or businesses, and they need to liquidate some part of their real estate portfolios. So also know that 31% of investors have considered selling one or more of their investment properties due to the higher lending rates. And what does it mean? If they are forced to sell because they cannot afford keeping the property because of the higher lending rates, they will be selling and they have to sell. So they will still in the very first 2 quarters of this year, we will not see really huge hikes in prices, because when you have to sell something, you're going to accommodate a price that can be sold right away if you want to have to turn it around, right? So this is also good news if you react right now during spring and summer. I don't have a magic ball, crystal ball here, but that's what is forecasted. So that I just want to mention that. Excellent. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. This is just like a backup slide. It's an informational slide, so we understand as investors what is coming and why it's um, a really good investment to purchase a property, because the rentals are gonna come. There's already a huge demand, right? And the offer is not as big. So we can see on this slide that the Canada's increase in demographic demand compared with the kind of housing we have, we always see that there's much more demand. So we can see here on the slide, by the end of 2023, we have a housing starts 250,000, and the
Wow.
demand is almost 400, and I don't know, just a little bit less than 550,000,
Wow.
almost double the demand. And
The demand.
everybody needs to live somewhere, right? So
A hundred
you
percent. And remember,
you
right
have
now
a
we're
guarantee.
having a problem with like building condos, building houses and stuff like that. So I think the problem is gonna become even bigger. So
Mhm.
literally, guys, we cannot stress this much, like that much. Please, if you have that in mind, make sure that you make a move right now. Okay,
Yeah, next
this is a
slide.
very interesting slide. Seriously.
I am so happy you're enjoying this. I am enjoying how you are enjoying this, Carla. Really. Thank you.
I'm really like number oriented, and like when I see
Right,
graphs
I
and everything, it's
know.
like, oh, yes,
Now, now the next slide is showing that it's a Canada wide vacancy rate. We're going to go now then into GTA, which is crazy, but Canada wide, the vacancy rate has dropped tremendously. So this is a very healthy market for you as an investor. We are actually seeing, for those on Instagram, we are seeing a drop, let's say, more or less from all the way from 2000 until 2020. The vacancy rate was anywhere between 6 and 7%. Now it's
wow,
slightly less than 4%. Canada
wow,
wide, the vacancy rate. So that's very, very healthy. Next one, please.
yes,
Sure, thank you.
perfect.
Right, and this is also just a supporting slide uh, to validate what we are commenting here, Carla and I. Right, this is a graph for those on Instagram who cannot see it. We are comparing here the aggregate price forecast, how we estimate the market will behave from quarter number one until quarter number four, 2024 in price increase. This is nationwide as well. So we can see here in this slide that we have, um, yes, so the last quarter closed at $800,000. On the very first quarter and second quarter, we don't have, it's still very conservative, only increasing $5,000 each quarter. So from 800,000 to 805, 810. But then we start something very healthy by fall on the third quarter, increasing all the way to 830,000 and closing on the fourth quarter almost at $845,000. So you see the average growth from 800 to $845,000. But
Wow.
still, so yes, please, if you are sitting on the fence, do something now, because it looks like the market still will be really good for you on the first and second quarter if you're thinking of purchasing, and you don't have to go to the bidding wars that we're expecting during fall, right?
100%, 100%.
Thank you. And now this is Carla's slide that I'm gonna print.
This is like one of
I'm
my
gonna
favorite,
I'm
guys.
gonna send you on,
Yes,
on a frame this slide because you absolutely love this slide. So
yes, I really like this one because it talks about the growth that we're gonna have in 2024. And please, Elisa, explain who did this slide and why, like
yeah,
all the awards that this person has and
yeah. So
everything. I think that's the most powerful part of this
yeah.
graph.
So you think, yes, absolutely. This slide and all the slide we already reviewed and we will see are done by Royal LePage. And these are the forecasts that Phil Sofer, who is the president of Royal LePage Canada. He does this analysis every year, and everybody listens to him. Really, he has a really big voice in forecasting how real estate is going to behave year after year, and he has been an award-winning person as well. And from many people who forecast what's going to happen, including banks, he has been year after year dead on, and that's why he's the voice in Canada when we're talking about real estate. And I am very fortunate, really, that being affiliated with Royal LePage, and what the information I'm sharing with you actually has been information shared before the press release was shared with us as internally. And yeah, this is public information, but we probably you have it firsthand now.
Yeah. So one of the mind blowing facts of this graph is that the prediction is that Vancouver will grow about 3%. That's very mind blowing for me, compared to the GTA, which is going to be almost 6%. Calgary is on the highest side, which is 8%. And then we have um, which one is Manitoba, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's Manitoba next, and then Ottawa. So go to that this slide, like it's really good. I'm gonna steal it from from my friend Elisa, because I really want to show this graph to all the people that are following me at this precise moment. It's really interesting. Thank you so much,
Yes, yes,
Elisa.
absolutely. So, and generally speaking, this is a very interesting slide. Carla already elaborated on it. As you can see, in general, Canada is expected to have a growth on 2024 of 5.5%. That is already a great recovery for where we left last year. So this is really important, and for the market and for the health of the economy that we are expecting to experience here. And why this is important, because also this is in a macro level, but we are talking to you at a personal level. So this is also going to give you some confidence to know where the market is going, or where you can start getting to the market, start investing right away. Or if you are thinking of selling and you want to wait to the first, second quarter, it's not going to go lower. And again, we're going to evaluate every niche or every city where you would like to do a transaction, either selling or buying, and we can go further and dissect, and look really with a magnifying glass what's going on in that niche, so you decide exactly what's best for you. But Carla, I understand how happy she is looking at this. She crunches numbers all day long, and that's why she appreciates really that the health, right? The health that we're gonna be seeing in almost every important city in our country. And there's a
Exactly,
reason, and
exactly.
there's reason why continually all the foreign investors come to this country and invest, because it's very conservative here, our economy, and you're gonna win. I like it myself. Yeah.
100%, 100%.
Okay, let's go
That's
to the next one.
absolutely. This one is another one of my favorites, but I'm
I
gonna
know.
let Elisa explain it, and then I'm gonna tell you my story.
Yes, thank you. So what we see here is actually the mortgage delinquency rate in Canada, in the entire country, that is holding steady at historical low rates despite higher debt service costs. What does this mean? That when you purchase your home, I remember many of these people, maybe that was you as well, you had to go to the stress test, which had you it was it's a very rigorous way of approving you to purchase a property. But why this was done? So you would not lose your home, just in case things went sour, and interest rates increased, right? But you were able still to hold it in there because of these very strict evaluations. So, and the mortgage delinquency rate, the bank didn't take homes in Canada compared to other places. So we are really proudly here in Canada saying most people were taken care of. Only 15 out of 10,000 mortgage households are 90 plus
Wow,
days behind their payment. Only 15, I have to
out of
repeat it. Only
at
15,
10,000. Wow.
only 15 households out of 10,000 mortgaged households are 90 plus days behind their payments in Canada. and that is very healthy.
It is, it is. And one of the things that I was commenting to Elisa is that when I went to the National Conference of Mortgage Professionals, the lenders got together and they were saying why they are not even worried about high rates and delinquency rates and why not. The reason why is because the mentality of a Canadian is I'd rather have my home. I rather, uh, spend less in other parts of my spending habits and make sure that my mortgage is paid. So that's a type of mentality that has this country. Versus, for example, in the States, I feel like in the States they have a little bit of a mentality like, well, if it doesn't work, I just file for bankruptcy or something. So it's easier for them to think that way than a Canadian. A Canadian is more I will say more conservative in that sense, and they will rather, you know, protect their investment because they know that is a safe investment, and it's something that is so hard to get right. Like when we are doing a pre-approval, when we are doing an approval, like there is a lot of questions asked, and that and there is a reason behind it because the government, like the institutions, want to make sure that you are able to afford it and you're able to pay for that home. And at the end of the day, you know that you're gonna have a safe investment. That's why they ask you for your DNA, blood test, and everything, everything else.
Yeah.
But it is for a very good reason, guys.
Yes.
I'm happy to see this in the highest you know um, inflation rate, which was in 2022. The actual delinquencies weren't actually that bad. They were actually lower in the
Yes.
highest
Yes.
inflationary period. So that means that, guys, what's coming next is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy because this is putting a lot of strength. All these numbers is putting a lot of strength into our market. That I honestly, of course, I want to see you guys purchasing a home, but like I want to make sure that you know this. If you're on the fence, jump the fence right now because it is gonna get a lot harder to jump into the market. There's going to be a lot more competition, and you guys, I want I want to see you in the winning side. That's all I want to see.
Yes, yes, Carla. And I also would like to mention, I I have heard people telling me, Elisa, I'm gonna wait until, the houses drop the prices. Yes, and they did, okay? And they did slightly, but with higher interest rates. And that was it. We have we've had the pandemic. We had last year a really hard year inflation wise. We are getting out of it. We had the the influence of two important wars outside of Canada, and all this has been sustained. And if during all this economic turmoil, we are where we are right now, I sincerely don't want you to expect that the prices are going to be still dropping and dropping 30-40%. That is, if we were able to
Crazy.
maintain the prices as they have been during all these periods, all what has happened in our country economy wise, is just gonna go higher every year. And we're gonna review now really quickly other slides where we can talk about exactly what has happened and what we are expecting to happen. Thank you, Carla. Now we are seeing this slide What is this? Yes. Oh, okay. Also, why it is gonna be healthier? It's healthy for people to invest. People have not been spending. People have been frugal because they are. In Canada, we have this different kind of behavior. When you see that bad time is coming, you start saving. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting that during the inflation, people actually had much more disposable income than previously. We have reached 1%, which surpassed the rise
Wow.
in household spending, which was 0.8%. So it has increased. That means also expect to have competition if you're thinking of going into the market and buy. Expect start having competition. People were saving in pandemic, post pandemic, because the inflation, and now people are ready to go out and spend it. That means there's going to be competition. um, uh, Offer demand ratio is going to just go how it was previous to the pandemic.
100%. It's crazy how this market is gonna react. So jump, jump,
Jump.
jump.
I know, right? And now Carla was so kind to put this slide for us. Now we are talking here specifically in the GTA, the total condo apartment sold year over year. That means we are comparing the third quarter 2023 versus the third quarter 2022. Increase the number of sales in spite of 2023. They increased 6.2%. 6.2% increase of
Wow.
sales windows and a really good prices because the prices remain steady entire year. So if we go to the next slide, we can see that the days of the in the market of these condo apartments comparing again third quarter 2023 versus third quarter 2022 decreased 8% as well,
Wow.
right? From 25 days on the market, they decreased to 23 days on the market. Okay, that is the average. So yes, they have been more movement in that niche. And now we have an average selling price, guys, and this was the year. So they decreased 0.6% overall. Yes, in some
Not
niches.
even 1%, guys. Not even 1%.
You see, and so yeah, tell me after all that has happened, just tell me, what kind of economical scenario you would like to see so you can really
I
see a
know.
decrease on 25%. Now, this is again generic because yes, there have been some units that they were forced to sell below 10%, and it depends on the niches and which area on the GTA you are. I know you're gonna tell me no, Elisa, because a friend of mine really had to sell lower. Yes, again, this is an average that we have here in the GTA. Okay, so again, we would have to look into your micro area, and now this is very exciting. The next slide, the next couple of slides, for those who are thinking of starting as investors, because okay, the total apartment rented comparing these two quarters, 2023 third quarter versus 2022 third quarter, increased almost 8%.
Wow.
It almost increased 8%, renting from 13,300 units to 14,400 units plus, right? So you can see that on our slides. Now, the price of the rent you can get is also higher because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of immigration. Everybody needs a place to live. And we can see on this slide that the average one bedroom apartment rent
Wow.
increased 6%, totaling on the third quarter of 2023, this one bedroom apartment renting for $2,633. So if you're gonna be buying a small apartment and you're gonna get a mortgage on it, make your numbers, and you will realize actually that it's gonna be. I think it's a very healthy investment right now because your tenants are gonna be covering your mortgage, right?
100%.
Right.
100%.
Yes.
Then is here.
Now, in the GTA, the condo apartment share in rental, well, yes, in Toronto, obviously, is the largest one. We have almost 39% of the share is in the city of Toronto because it has the most buildings. But again, in every area from Peel Region, Halton, York, or Durham, we just see that there's a significant number of rentals in those area. Uh, Anywhere from Durham of above 18%. Now, this is mostly residential area, and I mean like detached, semi-detached homes, not apartment buildings. This is not primarily what happens in this region. But now we have Peel region where Mississauga sits, and it's also over 31% of these properties are rentals. We see that downtown Mississauga has grown tremendously. It has much more apartment building, condo buildings, and also it's a really, really good area. If you think you cannot afford right standing behind the CN Tower, you can move a little bit further, and it's a really good investment for you as well. So let's go to the next slide now. Now, this is the
Wow.
number. Now, talking about vacancy rates in the GTA condo apartment vacancy rate right in the city of Toronto is 1.2%. If we decide to go to Halton region, it's 0.2%, zero vacancy rate. I would claim.
Oh my goodness,
I
that
would
this is like so
Yes,
so.
very interesting. Exactly. It's mind blowing. In the Peel region, we have only 0.8%, and even in the Durham region, only 1.5%, and north of Toronto in the York region, 0.6%, 0.6% vacancy rate. So if you're an
That's
investor,
amazing.
just go for it. Make your numbers, select your geographic area, and let's start. Start is jump from from the fence, right? Yeah, and that's
Exactly, exactly. Yes, it's gonna be a really interesting time, definitely. I feel like first and the second quarter might not be as crazy, but
yeah,
starting the third quarter, oh my goodness. Um, Definitely make sure that your finances are in order and everything. If you need help, you know where to reach us. We're always happy to assist you. And Elisa, thank you so much for this valuable information. This is gold for somebody who wants to jump in the market. I think having the most updated information is what's going to make the difference in the long term for you. So
yeah.
we are really committed for to bring you the latest information right when it happens, because we know how the market works and how quickly everything can change. And yeah, of course, if you need help, reach out. Always happy to assist. And thank you so much, Elisa. I truly appreciate all your insights. Um, Next episode is gonna be next Tuesday, so don't miss it. We don't know the topic yet, but
But
we
it's
will
gonna
be
be so
announcing it.
exciting.
It's gonna be very exciting. Eh? That's right. That's right. We're gonna make sure that is worth it for you guys. Your time is valuable, and we are gonna make sure that you learn something.
Oh
That's
yeah.
our promise to you. Okay, guys. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you,
have
Carla.
an amazing night. Thank you. Bye.